Anita. Um, I welcome you as well and everybody else. Um, yeah, so I'm really looking forward to the retreat. We've designed it in such a way that it's going to be a wholesome experience. I have put together some slides for you, so I'm going to share my PowerPoint and then we'll go over the slides. But also feel free to if you want to unmute yourself and if you have any questions. I don't mind if this session is interactive at all. So I don't mind if you unmute and you want to chime in or ask a question. By all means, you could do that. Oh, Kumar, I need to share, and I believe you have to allow me to share.
Yeah, try now.
Thank you. Okay, let's see. Yes, perfect. Okay. And can you all see it? You can see the PowerPoint now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Get rid of the screen. Okay, wonderful. Um, go back to the first slide. Awesome. So yeah, as you can see, the retreat is in July, and it's a wellness retreat in San Diego. So it's local to most people in California, July 9th through 12th. And it's a three nights, 4 days retreat, and it's all inclusive. So everything is included. And obviously, if you're interested, that's the contact number and the email that you've received from Kumar. You can also reply to that or contact us through that way. So, Oja is a holistic model of wellness, holistic wellness. And we believe that health incorporates our body, our mind, and our spirit or soul or consciousness, if you like it better. And this is important because we understand that the mind many times is the underlying cause of illness. Many times it could be due to stress. We know that based on research, 70% of doctors' visits are due to stress. And so that's mind. And also, it has a direct link with consciousness or spirit. So during the retreat, we're going to approach your wellness and the practices during the retreat from all three aspects. We're going to address it through daily routines, we're going to address it through yoga practices, meditation, breath work, food as medicine, nutrition, herbal remedies. We're going to detox your body, as I will explain a little bit later, and also your mind. Obviously, if the mind is agitated, if it's distracted, if it's full of what if thinking thoughts that go from one thought to the next and nonstop, causing anxiety, causing stress, depression, loss of motivation for life, that's all the mind, of course, linked to the spirit as well. So we're going to address that through meditation, through breath work, and also through sharing. We're going to create a intimate environment that we can share, we can help each other sharing our life experiences, and also things such as affirmations, etc. And we're also going to touch on what is it with the spirit or the soul or consciousness that we need to address. To put it in a very tangible manner, it's your purpose for life. Is there a meaning to your life? Because that sets your energy, it sets your motivation level, if you have aspirations, etc. So we're going to touch on that. And the goals of the retreat is to really rejuvenate you and restart you and have a fresh start. Once you get back from the retreat, you basically have resetted your body, your mind, and your soul or your spirit. Again, it is important that we look at different aspects of health through physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual through yoga, through Ayurveda practices, meditation, breath work, mindfulness practices such as walking meditation, affirmations, etc. So we're gonna really dive into daily routines and activities of daily living in such a way that you get acquainted with self-care. You understand what it is to take care of yourself. And you basically experientially practice how would a day look like if your goal is to have a healthy lifestyle and live a long life and healthy and functional. So the practices that we're going to teach you are going to be tools that you take with you after the retreat to apply to your life. Very simple steps go a long way. So it's really a practical, really hands-on, and intimate environment. Practically, really, my goal as a healthcare practitioner is to empower you and educate you and teach you how to become ultimately your own healer and take your own health into your own hands. And the most important, one of the most important aspects of the retreat is to de-stress you. Because, like I said before, stress is the number one cause of most illnesses. And we all live in a sort of a modern, fast-paced, postmodern life that it's really easy to get stressed out. So, one of the aspects of the retreat is to take you away from your usual environment when everything can be a trigger to stress you. We're going to take you away from that and really take care of every aspect of your life for that 3 nights, 4 days. You don't have to worry about anything. And that way, basically, we're going to reset the nervous system to be in the parasympathetic sympathetic mode instead of the sympathetic mode, which is fight and flight. So we're going to create that environment for you. This is how transformation takes place. It has to be hands-on and experiential. The thing is, if you always set like goals and like you have a New Year's resolution and you want to do this, you want to lose weight, you want to detox, you want to get healthier, but life gets in the way. So during these 4 days, you will be able to let go of everything else because you don't have to control what you're going to eat, when you're going to sleep, how this is going to happen, when you're going to do the yoga. We're going to do that. We're going to set that up for you. So it's every activity from the time you wake up, from the time you go to bed, is designed in a very relaxed, very basically wholesome in an environment that is uh, basically your routines are set, but it's also flexible. It's also playful. Everything is geared towards your wellness. So these simple changes that you learn or simple steps that you learn during those days are going to make they're dense at the grooves of your mind. So you're going to be familiar, you're going to be acquainted, your entire system, with what we're imparting to you during those days that you're with us. And we're not going to let you give up. So, as I said before, the stress hormones can really do a few things physiologically in our body that's underlying cause for many illnesses. We don't get to this right now. We can touch on this during the retreat, but that stress hormones decrease your circulation, they impede your digestion, they impede your immune system, etc., etc. So that is why whenever you take a few days off in an environment that is more like a retreat, you get pampered. There are practices that really relax you, bring you to a calm and peaceful environment with wholesome food, nutritious practices that are really enjoyable and calming and nurturing. Then you reset your system. Now, daily routines are really important because we have a circadian rhythm. that really sets the tone with our physiology and hormonal fluctuations. This is said throughout thousands of years of evolutionary processes. And so we're going to set the daily routines in accordance with the circadian rhythm. And this way, your body is not in conflict with this rhythm that is natural to us. But most of the time, we're not living in harmony with it. So it's another opportunity for you to be in harmony with the rhythms of nature, also known as the circadian rhythm. Yeah, so again, back to the whole rhythms of your daily life. When you have a set routine based on many holistic traditions of medicine, having a healthy daily routine is key to a healthy lifestyle, a healthy body, a healthy mind, and healthy spirit. And so during the retreat, we're going to establish that for you. You're going to suddenly feel such a difference in the way your body and mind feels just because we change your routine to a healthy set of routines that are in line with the circadian rhythm. And so these daily activities and daily routines are the key to reset your health to an optimal level. We're gonna look at food as medicine. So there is an Ayurvedic proverb. If diet is wrong, medicine is of no use. If diet is correct, medicine is of no need, which basically is trying to tell us that food should be medicine. So most of us, the relationship we have with the food is just we're hungry, we're gonna fill ourselves up, or I like this, I want to eat this, I don't like that, I don't want to eat that. But if you look at food, that this bite of food that is going with inside of me should be looked at something that either can act as a medicine or it can act as a poison. So this is another introduction to establishing a different relationship with food during the retreat. So with the food that we cater to you, wholesome, Ayurvedic, vegetarian, you're going to feel the difference. We're also going to have uh, cooking lessons, a couple of cooking lessons that you're going to enjoy. And so it's what you eat, but also how you eat. And that has to do with making food and eating as a sacred experience. And also food combination, what goes well with what? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, so different macronutrients, micronutrients. How do we combine them so they're digested best? That's another aspect of eating. So like I said, we're gonna really introduce you with yummy recipes and menus that we're gonna basically provide to you. And this is something that can make a whole lot of difference in your life. Like if your food could be looked at as medicine and we don't immediately reach for the fastest thing that we can get because let's say our work hours are in such a way that I'm just going to grab fast food, I'm just going to grab this or grab that. But then how can we plan ahead of time for success? Planning ahead, meal planning, etc. We're going to touch on those things. And yeah, so every day we're going to start with a yoga and meditation and a breath work session. Um, as Buddha said, each morning we're born again. What we do today is what matters most. So the key is no matter how often, how many times you fall, you get up and start again. So during these 4 days, we're going to give you the tools. We're going to make it so easy that you're like, oh my gosh, I could do that. I could take this with me. And it doesn't have to be an hour of yoga. At the retreat, it may be an hour, but then we're going to give you sequences that you could take that may take only 15 minutes. Your breath work may be only 5 minutes. So all you need is half an hour in the morning or in the evening. You see what I'm saying? So We're letting you get in touch with some practices that are simplified. And when experientially you see the difference, you don't want to give it up. Because whatever you do that is consistent in your system makes a difference physiologically, and you're going to feel it. Once you make the difference, you don't want to give up that practice or that wholesome food or that daily routine that is in touch with the circadian rhythm. So yeah, like I said, and obviously this retreat is only, it's very limited, like the number of people that can register is very limited. We can only take 10. And so I will have an understanding based on talking to you at what level we are at, and I'll take the middle way, and so everybody can practice and everybody can participate both in the meditation and breath work practices, but also in the yoga practices. And this is going to be something that in my previous retreats, people have loved and have given me really positive feedbacks about it. Yeah, even to the degree of your sleep hygiene, we're gonna even touch on that, and we're gonna also train on that. We're gonna have yoga nidra sessions. Yoga nidras are yoga practices that are very relaxing. You're laying down in a shavasana pose, as you can see in the picture, and then we take you through this very relaxing and calming meditation before bedtime. And you're going to experience a deep and restful sleep. We're going to set the time when you can go to bed, set the time when we're waking up. We're going to make sure you get 8 hours of sleep at the minimum and a deep and restful sleep. Research has shown that if your sleep is restful and proper, then that is one of the key natural medicines, just like food, that can prevent you from getting ill or help you heal your body. And so this is really important, and that's why I had to include it in the slides. And during the retreat, I'm going to do an evaluation and tell you what is your Ayurvedic constitution, meaning what are your natural tendencies? What is your normal state? And when we recognize our normal state or natural tendencies based on physical and structural tendencies, physiological tendencies, and psychological tendencies, which all together establish a constitution or a dosha, then we can be more specific about what is your unique and individualized um, lifestyle or dietary recommendations. And so this is important. And when it's done by by an expert, Ayurvedic expert, it's really a valuable tool. And you're going to get that during the retreat. And also included, followed up by that constitutional analysis, it's a brief evaluation of also what is not in balance at the present moment. So your nature of imbalances at the present moment. So we're going to touch on that. And this is one-on-one, individually with me during the retreat. And that also includes Ayurvedic pulse analysis, which is a very traditional Ayurvedic method to come up with certain aspects of your individual dosha or constitution. We're also going to look at your tongue analysis or tongue diagnosis, which also tells me a lot about your health. And so this is going to be included in that Ayurvedic constitutional analysis. And this, like I said, it establishes your understanding of your unique and individual tendencies and what is your normal state and what is the best choices as far as daily routines, uh, food, etc., for that individual constitution or dosha. So I'll be giving you protocols specific to the dosha or the constitution. And I mean, I don't know how many of you know about what Ayurveda is. I will be teaching you during these 4 days that we're together I will impart the principles of Ayurveda in a very comprehensive and simple terms. So you'll know a lot more about it. But it's very, you could say it's parallel to Chinese medicine because I know a lot of people are familiar with Chinese medicine. So it's based on the five elements and it's based on understanding what are the dominant elements in each individual. It's a complete practice of medicine. It's a complete system of medicine originally from India. It goes to at least 5,000 years ago. And it's the sister science of yoga. It's from the same text of yoga that we call Vedanta, and that is why it's the sister science of yoga. Now, one aspect of health and wellness, holistically speaking, um, for alternative doctors, holistic doctors such as myself, etc., it's that your body needs to detox. Your body needs to detox because the environment is constantly bombarded with toxic elements, chemicals, etc., forever chemicals, um, uh, chemicals that are polluting the air, the soil, the water, and electromagnetic radiation, so on and so forth. And so, because of that, it is really important that our body detoxes. So, during the retreat, we introduce gentle detoxes that are actually very, aside from herbs and teas and things of that nature, but practices that are going to help you detox. So, like I said, you were going to provide some detox teas and they're going to be yummy. Some may not be, but those are very like in a shot, like a small shot sort of manner at bedtime, most likely. But throughout the day, detox teas, detox juices, etc., to help the body open up its detox pathways. And then with other practices like Abhyanga, which I'll go over, sauna, etc., we can flush them out. And so, like I said, we're going to have detox and herbal remedies that obviously I will offer. It's optional. It's not mandatory. You can take it. You could refuse to take it. Not a problem. Like I said, these are gentle. I've done it in my other retreats, and people have had really good results. Yeah, so we give the body internally what it needs to detox, but then externally by oleation, process of oleation and self-care, such as self-massage with medicinal oils, herbal oils, will teach you how to do it. Every day you're going to do this to yourself. One of the days at the retreat, actually, two professionals are going to do it. The way that traditional Ayurvedic massage oil massage or Abhyanga is done. So you're going to get that hands-on, like an hour of massage by two individuals in a traditional Ayurvedic manner. But every day we're gonna do it. There would be a session where I teach you how to do it, and every day you're gonna then do it on your own. And this will help. It's almost like a lymphatic drainage type of thing, and the oil gets absorbed through your skin. And oleation in Ayurveda is one of the keys, both internally and externally, to basically detox you internally. Like I said, self-Abhyanga and Abhyanga done by professionals at the retreat is one of the key elements. And then infrared sauna, which causes your body to heat up and sweat, but also not only sweating gets the toxicity out, but the heat opens up the lymphatic vessels and pathways. And not only through your sweat, but through your urine and through your bowel movements, you're going to detox even more. And so these are some of the hallmarks of the retreat. But we're also going to have a lot of fun activities. We're going to have walking meditations, walking in gardens. Obviously, the sauna is available every day. Um, you should do it every day after your Abhyanga. We're going to have pickleball. We're going to have a saltwater pool that we encourage you to swim in and spend time in nature and sun, get some vitamin D from the sun. Obviously, yoga and fun activities are going to be included. Yeah, and so this is the actual retreat location, just the dining, the kitchen, and the living room. Like I said, one of the hallmarks of the retreat is wholesome food and cooking lessons, these detox juices, etc., and herbal remedies that you're going to enjoy. And you're going to enjoy the serenity of the location. Nature is really healing. And when you live in the cities, you seldom spend time in nature. And to understand the value of how Mother Nature can actually heal us, it's also an experiential thing that we offer during the retreat. And this is the patio at the retreat location and the view. This is again the pool area, and like I said, it's the saltwater pool. There is no chlorine. And yeah, again, peace and serenity and de-stressing is one of the key elements. And having a sense of community and sharing and friendship, establishing friendship and deeper connections, that's very healing for us. Yeah, and just relaxing, and you're gonna have enough time to relax and, be on your own and take time. It's not going to be like a military style retreat by all means. And so even though we set the routines for you and teach you practices and encourage you to do the practices, there is ample time to relax and take a good care of ourselves. Yeah, and like I said, sleep is one of the most important aspects of our health and well-being. And so during the retreat, also, these are some of the rooms at the retreat. It's going to be very serene and very quiet and peaceful and great sleep environment, etc. Like I said, we have created an environment. There are different levels of, which room, what kind of accommodation, etc. And that could be, discussed with Kumar at a later time. But yeah, I just wanted to share some of the key points of the retreat. And if there are any questions, more than happy to answer. And I believe that Kumar also wants to share some few things with us.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Madavi. Personally speaking, I wanted to share like some of the experiences that I personally went.
Well, let's give time for the question answer so you can give your thing at the end. So give more time for the questions.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I just wanted to say a few things and then we'll open it up for discussion, what people are expecting and what questions we have. The only thing I wanted to say was like, we, in our stressful life, we hardly ever give time to ourselves, right? And then, but when we do it the wrong way. We give ourselves a vacation to go. And I remember, we have taken vacations before. The last one we took was on a cruise ship. And then by the time we came back, we all felt that, oh, we needed one more vacation to recoup from the vacation that we just went through, right? The food was great, but it was not the best food kind of thing. So imagine you are on a vacation where your accommodations, food, your comforts are taken care of, but at the same time, the detoxification happens, and then you're also learning life-changing lessons and habits that's going to stay with you for the rest of your life, right? That's what this retreat is being designed. To that extent, all of us have been kind of working diligently together to put the content together. So in that context, I want to open up to any questions, anything that you want to see happen in this retreat. Does anybody have any questions about what to expect in the retreat?
And you can just unmute yourself. You don't have to open your camera if you're shy.
Yes, please.
Wonder how many people have been to these kind of retreats. Has anybody been to these kind of retreats before? I guess not. I guess they would have said yes if they had been.
So let me ask a question. Like, I mean, you are here in this webinar for a reason and purpose, right? So what is that one thing that you would want to learn about health and wellness, and that you want to change in your life that's going to make your life better? Chandra, I'm not trying to uh, point out, but would you like to share something with us? What would you like to change, and what do you expect from? You can just unmute yourself and talk.
Marie Rodriguez has a question. They're all texting in the chat.
Yes. So I see that question, how to detox and healthy food combination. Yeah, so there are many ways to detox, but um, for example, a simple way to detox, and like I said, I'm not generalizing because every individual is different. But in, let's say, the normal day-to-day living, very simple way to detox is to eat 2 meals a day. For example, we call it intermittent fasting, and you eat within 6 to 8 hours in the day, like let's say from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., you've had your meals and 2 meals, maybe with a snack in between if you're someone with a strong appetite. And then you don't eat after your last meal, which is, let's say, 6 p.m. And I'm just giving this as an example, until the next day, which is 10 a.m. This is a 16-hour fasting, which causes autophagy, where your cells that are dying or aged can be eaten up by your immune system, macrophages. We call it senescent cells, the process of autophagy. So this is one example of detoxing with food. The other way of detoxing with food, like I said, there are detox juices, there are detox teas. Another way is, for example, uh, this has to be individualized, by the way. I'm not recommending that you go do this. Like once a week for 4 weeks, 1 day a week, you only drink water. It's a water fast. Another way but the best way is to have simple, easy practices in your daily routines every day. That your food is a food that is nurturing and it lacks toxicity, like packaged foods, processed foods, um, protein bars, juices, colored food, microwave cooking. This is all adding to your toxicity levels. Foods with additives, preservatives, food coloring, pesticides, insecticides. So if you avoid those kind of foods, you're already helping your body detox naturally. Now, sauna. Like if you do 2 to 3 to 4 times a day, I'm sorry, a week, you do sauna for half an hour. You do Abhyanga self-massage with the proper oil for your constitution, and then you sit in a sauna. You see what I'm saying? So there are so many different ways, but there are ways that can be incorporated in your daily routines that are simple. And it's not like some of these extreme detoxes that you can find on the internet. And people go and do it, and they're like, oh my God, this was difficult. I had reactions that are bad, etc. Right? So this is not what we do in the retreat. And my recommendations are generally very much incorporating healthy foods that are um, uh, basically synonymous with detoxification, but also activities that will do that. It's not like, okay, just do like an apple cider vinegar and water or the cayenne pepper and lemon and there are ways that people do it. So I
There
hope,
is another question, like,
yeah. So then there is, can you talk a little about sattvic diet? Yeah, that's a great question. So let's say someone wants to do a sattvic diet. Basically, the tradition that I follow in Ayurveda and yoga, basically it's vegetarian, except there are like, let's say ghee or feta cheese or paneer, for example, that is actually, or goat cheese, that is basically with a lot of vegetables. But if someone is interested in a sattvic diet, I have a whole handout and brochures for sattvic diet. But also like anybody who wants to do a sattvic diet um, has to be a good candidate for a sattvic diet, right? So that's all individualized, right? Ayurveda and yoga is best when it's individualized. And that's another thing that we offer at the retreat, because you're going to get your individualized constitution, and I'm going to understand your imbalances. And based on that, I can tell you, okay, we need to give you Pitta Vata food. We need to give you Kapha food. We need to give you this and that. Or I can give you a sattvic food diet. Um, and then yeah, and then you leave with these handouts that it can be like a grocery list, for shopping, um, things of that nature. Absolutely, Ayurveda can help with Hashimoto's. Anybody who has Hashimoto's thyroiditis or thyroid disease, um, a key is detoxification, because it's the toxicity in the environment that is triggering your immune system. Uh, and um, and you got to detox from them. So there are Ayurvedic herbs that can detox you, but then there is also nutraceuticals, because some of you may know, some of you may not. I also do functional medicine, and in functional medicine there are also nutraceuticals that I recommend for detoxification, certain binders, glutathione, um, things of that nature. So everybody again is, maybe you have mold. So we have to detox your mold. Heavy metals, maybe we have to chelate the heavy metals out of your system. So your diet, like people with Hashimoto's can be sensitive to soy, sensitive to wheat, dairy. And so, and everybody, even if, like, let's say 10 people have Hashimoto's, right? Even though certain things are very common amongst them, but I still treat them individually. But yeah, definitely it can be helped. Is there any concerns of toxins in any of the herbs like lead, mercury, etc.? If you don't source your herbs from a reputable source that is not third-party tested for heavy metals, yes, there is a concern that if you take it from a company that is not third-party tested for heavy metals, then yes, uh, it can contain, but not the ones that I use and we use. I'm very cautious of these things myself. No, we don't we don't accept health insurance. Unfortunately, Ayurveda is not covered by health insurance, nor is functional medicine. How about helping someone diagnose?
No, he also has a question, and how can we contact you?
Oh, how can we? Okay, to book for the retreat or book a consultation, you can contact Kumar, or you
I'm going
contact.
to, sorry, Dr. Madhav. So I will text right now my contact information. Please do reach out to me through my cell phone and my email. This conversation is not just about the retreat. It's about how to make all of us better, feel better, live healthy, and all that. So, retreat is one thing. We can book you up for your initial consultation, and we have different diagnostic and treatment packages that you will have an opportunity to have with Dr. Madhavi. So, I can discuss all those options with you.
So we have more questions coming.
Yeah. What helping? Okay. Is the question, how about helping someone who's already diagnosed with fibromyalgia, if I understand the question? If you're already diagnosed with fibromyalgia, that is an autoimmune condition. So you have an autoimmune condition. So fibromyalgia falls into that autoimmune category. So again, we have to give you lifestyle routines, sauna, self-abhyanga, detoxification is key. Every autoimmune condition, everybody who has an autoimmune condition has to be detoxed. Hashimoto's, fibromyalgia, RA, lupus, etc., etc. Detox is a big part of it. And also strengthening the immune system, because sometimes what sets up the immune system to become reactive is either toxicities such as heavy metals or environmental toxins, or things like candida or mold or viruses. And so in that sense, there are things that we could do, antivirals, but all natural, things that detox mold from your system, etc. And so, yeah, there is definitely answers, but it may take a while. It will take changing lifestyle for sure. So it's not about, oh, I don't like that, I liked it. Like I've had patients, I've been doing this for many years, but I've had patients that I tell them you can't eat that, you have to eat this. And I'm faced with someone, but I don't like that. I like this. So the challenge with this is that you gotta comply with those lifestyle changes. And what the retreat does really, it makes you drop your resistance or fear of changing your lifestyle and changing your routines. Because suddenly you're going to see, wow, this isn't that difficult. I can do this. And then it's just a matter of changing your habits. Anything that you do consistently every day for 21 days, you are changing your neural pathways at the level of the nervous system in the brain. You're changing those pathways that establish new habits. And so anytime that you're introduced to a new practice, a new habit, etc., I recommend people stick to it for 21 days. Then you'll see that that habit is established and you'll go back to it. You don't want to stop that practice. There is another question. What are your thoughts on parasite cleanse? Yeah, again, parasites are a big one. And there is a lot more research, more and more and more. I am definitely someone that uh, has read the research on the effects of parasites in chronic ailment and cancer as a causation. And so definitely, in a lot of traditional cultures, they used to do a parasite cleanse in the African cultures, in the American and Indian cultures, in the Persian culture, in Ayurveda. We call krimi. Parasites in Ayurveda are called krimi. And so there used to be this recognition that naturally through food, etc., and environment, we get the parasites inside of us. And you didn't have to go a parasite test to see if you have them or not. Every year, once a year, people did a parasite cleanse. They used herbs, they used different herbs in different cultures, they had different herbs. And so, yeah, I am definitely an advocate for parasite cleanse, for sure. I think that was the last question, if I'm not
I think there was one question regarding, is it covered by insurance?
I already answered that. No, unfortunately, it's not covered by insurance. We have packages, we have payment systems that, you could do. And also, like Kumar was mentioning this, that the retreat and the consultation, the Ayurvedic consultation included in the retreat is one thing. But also at Ojas, we have a lot of different wellness packages for Ayurveda and functional medicine that you can also contact us and get those if you're interested in those packages as well, if you have health concerns, chronic health issues, etc.
Right. So, is everyone who's on this call received the flyer that talks about the different accommodation options and how much it costs? Is there anyone who didn't have it?
Samsung is asking where are you located? So all of the consultation packages can be done as a telemedicine if you don't live locally, but we also have a location in Arcadia. Um, and that's the Oja's new location with the services that I provide. But if you're far from Arcadia, if uh, etc., then you could do telemedicine. And it would be video telemedicine, like this one, so I can see you. And I'm not an MD. I'm not an MD. I'm a DC, but I have certifications in functional medicine, integrative medicine, and Ayurvedic medicine. I don't prescribe pharmaceutical medication. I think that was the last question.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are questions about the payment and all that. So we made it, we're going to make it easier. The packages that you received for both the consultation treatment plan as well as for the retreat, we have options to pay a deposit. It is going to be a limited number of people that we can accommodate during the retreat. Think of it, it's like an Airbnb house, resort-like facility. So we have limited number of bedrooms and options for food and taking care of you. So we need to make sure that we do it right and accommodate everybody who's signing up. And it includes everything, the accommodation, food, and everything else. You'll be completely taken care of. The payment itself, of course, it will be made over a period of time. It's going to be in July. So between now and then, you'll have options to pay them over time. So all that will be taken care of for you. All you need to do is reach out to me. I can discuss the options, the packages, the accommodation, and the important thing is that we are flexible. We'll make it work for you. Make sure that you achieve the best results.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you have our email addresses and you have the phone number. So if there is any question, reach out to us. And it seems like I don't think there is any more questions or anything that you need to add or I need to add. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we will. Any other questions from anyone?
I saw no, I don't see anything in the chat.
Okay. So again, thank you everyone for taking the time to. I'm sorry. I forgot to mention one thing. The given that we need to make sure that we can accommodate everyone. If you can contact me by this weekend, we would offer you a 10% discount on the retreat packages. I will follow up with each one of you and send you again the flyer that talks about the different accommodations. Obviously, we care about your accommodation in terms of, are you going to be coming by yourself? Are you coming with your spouse? And where you'll be staying and all that. So we will make sure that we can accommodate that. And we would offer the 10% discount if you can reach out to me and work it out by this weekend. So this offer will be open till end of Sunday. So I'll follow this up with in an email or text with all of you.
Okay, very good. I guess with that, again, I thank everyone for joining us, and please reach out for any questions or inquiries.
Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you all in the retreat. Thank you. Bye.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you.